click and send window messages differences, and then wait for ready, then timeout. Okay, there are some properties we have spoke, and then we will see some of the actions. Open application. Okay, in the open application, so we'll see how to open a web application, Windows based application. Just click on indicate window on screen. Just select any one of them, so anywhere else, and then we will get like this. So do you want to pass any arguments as per the application? No, not required, right? And file name, so that means where the application, that exe is available. So otherwise working directory where the application is available, that means that exe. So we have to create one variable and pass that path of the file. So the output of this is application window. Okay, then so when I open this one, I need to credentials. So what I need to do, I have to provide username and password. So in order to provide, usually so in real time, where we will keep the username and password. So we have a orchestrator called cloud.uapath.com. This is the orchestrator where we will deploy the bot. Go to orchestrator. So actually I would like to tell this. Anyway, we got the situation where again we will speak about when you are talking about orchestrator. So here we have a folder called assets, or under this, on top of that, we will have a assets. So what is this assets? Asset is one of the type of the functionality or feature. If you want to keep credentials of the application, what is the see here we are using the application is, this is the Windows based application we are using. So in order to provide the username and password of this application, so in real time we will use credentials. There are two different there are different cases. One is when you are speaking about RE framework, there we will speak about the credentials, where we will keep the credentials of the application. Okay, now we will speak in general way. So usually we will keep the credentials in assets. So when you click on assets, just click on add asset and then create a new asset. Asset is for what are all the cases we will use this, in which scenario, or in order to implement in which feature, in what kind of way we will use these assets. So I would like to provide what is that, credentials of the application. For example, why do you keep the credentials in assets? Whenever we are deploying, so whenever we are deploying our use case into testing environment or production environment. So for example, if I keep the credential values, see, username and password as the credentials, so we can call it a credentials. So if I keep here in the variables username and password, so if the username and password of this application is same across all the platforms, that means all the environments like testing environment or production environment. Okay, if, but in real time scenarios, the credentials, username and password of the application will not be same. For development purpose, they will use even application URL as well will not be same. So application URL will change from one environment to another environment. Testing environment, there is one one application name. That means URL of the application will be different. And when it comes to the development environment, there will be a different URL. And when it comes to the production environment, it's a entirely different URL. At the same time, credentials also will change. For development purpose, they will give you dummy credentials. Okay, and when you go to the testing, they will create a separate credentials. On production, there will be a separate credentials. So for each and every environment, the credentials are different. So in that case, if I keep the values, for example, username. So if I keep the username as here admin, so whenever once my development is over, so now we need to test in QA or UAT environment or testing, let us tell it is a testing environment. So the credentials will be the credentials are not same. Again, I need to make the changes in the testing environment, because in the testing environment there is no UiPath Studio. See, only in the development environment only we will have a studio would be installed. But when it comes to the testing and production environment, there is no studio will be installed. So only so see, if I use the username, so where should I go and create a credentials to that application? There is no way. Again, whenever we are moving it to the testing environment, we have to come here and change the make the changes in the value. So that is not a good practice. That is the reason. So we will use credentials in the orchestrator. So we have the accessibility only in the orchestrator. So the persons who are migrating the code from one environment to another environment, so they will change it. They will go to the orchestrator, and in the assets, so they will change the credentials, username and password, they will change it. So I don't need, there is no need of making the changes in the development. That means the code which is we developed and tested. Testing environment, it will work each and everything, because the credentials way what we are using is different. So there the credentials will change, and application URLs and path of the URL or application URL or input URL, everything will change in the, that is we will change we will keep in the orchestrator. That is the reason when you are moving the code from one environment to another environment, so all the changes will need to be we have to make all the changes, then only it will work, otherwise it will not work. Okay, so even application URL or path of the Windows Windows based application will change. Okay, at the same time credentials will change. Okay, there are a lot of and then for example your input is Excel. So in the Excel there are a lot of different sheets are there. So which sheet you would like to use as a input, the sheet name also we will mention in the assets. Okay, everything can be mentioned in assets. That is the reason we will use assets. This is very important concept. So whenever every interview they will ask that where do you keep the credentials? So, under assets. So what are the types of assets we can able to create? This is also one of the very important in interview. So we have text and we have bool and integer credential. So these are the 4 types of assets we are able to create. So you tell that. So we will able to create 4 types of assets: text, bool, integer and credential. Then asset name. So I am giving UI demo credentials. That is the name I am giving. You can give your own name, so there is no harm. What is the type? If I am creating a application path, so here I will give application path as the name of the asset, and here I will select as a text. For example, if I want to create any integer value, so there for example there will be some constant that integer value. So here I can give name of the asset and select integer. Boolean, if it is a true or false, so I can give asset name and select boolean, bool. Okay, credentials mean username and password. Now anyway whenever we are speaking about this asset, so it will take 1 hour to speak about all the asset. So we will see the different examples how to create different assets. So here description. What is this? This is UI demo credentials, and credential store, where it will store by default under orchestrator database. For each and every UI path, whenever you are installing a UI path, that is what. So we should have there will be a database. See, now it is become like now cloud, so it will be by default stored in a default cloud path. So username, so this is star is nothing but a mandatory. So what is the username? Admin. What is the password of this? So here they have provided credentials of username and password. So like now we have to use the same credentials. Here it is a password, and then we have a button called create. So keep this asset name, okay, and click on create. So whenever you are creating this, so in what is that, studio, so you have to connect it. This should be see here, it should be your like now what is the login ID can be used in order to connect to the cloud environment. This is cloud orchestrator we can call. Okay, if it is connected, then only you can able to create an asset and retrieve the asset. Otherwise you will not. Okay, so maybe we'll see that, okay, and then we will speak later. First we'll see this example. Okay, so now I have created set. Come to the activities. So there is one activity called get credentials. So under asset, see available orchestrator, under assets, under get credential. So what is the name of the credential? Sorry, asset. So here asset name. What is the asset name we created? UI demo underscore. So this is the asset name. So here under get credentials, this is also very important. So what is the activity you will use in order to get the credentials? So that is get credentials. The activity name is get credential. And what is the name of the asset? Asset name. So and then what is the like now output you will get it? Control K, password. Control K, password. So under the what is the username? So here already I have created one variable, right? Username. Just use it. Okay, and come here. So now we got the credentials from the asset. Come to the activity. So then what I need to do? So I have to see, now we have to provide a username and password, right? See, what is my task? I need to provide, see, not by the humans. That is, the inputs needs to be provided by the automation bot. That means our UiPath bot. So if you want to do that means, so you have to like now enter the value of username and password and click on login. So these three things, like now these three elements we need to be identify and we need to pass the values. So here, come over here. So I am going to create, so come come to this area. I'm going to create one new sequence. So I'm giving the name as login. See. So what is what you have to do now? So we need to identify the username and password and click on login button. These three things needs to be put it into created one workflow. In that workflow we need to keep it. So in order to enter the values into text box, we have to use, there is one activity called type into. Okay, so in this, indicate on screen. So here we have to enter the in the username field we have to enter the data, correct? Just select this one. So what is this? Under the type, enter username. So what see here, I renamed the activity, and what is the value we have to pass? We have to pass the text. What is that? So here we have created, right? So where we have created this? So we have created username in this in this workflow. So I need to pass this username and password into this workflow. See, we have two workflows now. Let us save one workflow. So we have two workflows. So I would like to pass the data from one workflow to another workflow. Correct. So for that, we have an activity called invoke workflow file. Okay, just take this. Invoke workflow file. So under invoke workflow file, so what is this workflow name? Login. Just double quotes, login. Correct, right? So we have to give the name as, what is the name we provided here? Okay, now see, we have to pass username and password into this workflow. So how we will pass it? So that is the reason we have one one of the option is available here called arguments. Okay, so okay, first we will create it. The first one is, what all the arguments we need to pass? Username, the direction is string. So what is the default value? Where the value is available? So the value is available under a variable called username, correct? So here come to the arguments. See, this is a what is the properties attributes of arguments. So first one is name of the argument and direction. So this is the input value we are providing it to the another workflow, correct? So that's why, so this is the direction called in. There are, what are the directions are available? So we have in, out, then property. So there are 4 types of values are there. So in out, and property. So what is the direction we by default it is selected in, so we have to, so according to our functionality we have to select the direction. So in, and what is this argument type? The same, see, argument types will not change from variable to one variable to directions, sorry, arguments. So all the types of the variables are same only. Okay. And then default value, what is the value we are passing here? We are passing as username. Okay, just create it, we will see that why we are unable to do this. And then we have to create one more argument called password. So the direction is in. The argument type is, you just come over here under variables. When it comes to the variables, so only outer workflow, so all are outer workflow, right? Password only available here. So we just go to change the scope of that. So now it is, the password has become outer workflow, and asset no will be so we are not going to use any this thing, but keep it in. So what is the variable type? So the variable type here it is secure string. System.security.secure string is the type of the variable for the password. So come to the arguments. So in the arguments, so here it is secure string. I kept I changed the password as secure string. Now, so what is the open workflow is nothing but just click on this. The name of the workflow is login. What are the arguments? Variable, okay, import arguments. So we will keep it here. So actually, we have to create the arguments here. Okay. So here it is username. Let's see anyway. Okay. So what is the value? See here it is displayed, but it is waste of time to create the username. Here anyway we speak about arguments in this. Here just click on this. What is this? This is a password, and then come over here. What is the value? So the value you have to pass as a password. So what is the type of this? Secure string. So here under arguments we don't need to create here, just delete it. You just go and delete this. Why? Because now open workflow. Otherwise where is our UiPath? Under UI path, what is that? Web application. Huh? What is the name of the workflow? So web application. Under web application, see, it is login is the workflow name, right? So we have to give the entire. So login is, it will be created dot YAML file, XAML. Okay, now just click on open workflow. See, it is now created. And then now you come over here. So whenever you come here, still you are unable to. So how to get it this text? So then come to arguments. So what is that argument name? Username, and so here we have to use password. There are two arguments, right? That is also input string, and we have to use secure string, and what is the default value is okay. So username. Username, and password. Variable type is a secure system dot security dot secure string. Okay, what is the default value here? Whenever we are passing hey, what happened? Username, the value here it is a username. Password. username. This is the, so always I am clicking here nonsense. So here now we got it, username and password. So see, in this it will become a arguments, like now in the where we are calling this workflow, and when it comes to the, see, this is called main workflow. From the main workflow we are calling an sub workflow, that means another workflow. When it comes to the main workflow, it is called a arguments. And when it comes to the calling workflow, it will become a variables. Okay, so maybe you will get confused. So here it will become the arguments of the main workflow. From the arguments we are calling, like we are passing these values to the child workflow. So in that case it will become a variables, not the arguments. So in the main workflow these are all the arguments. In the child workflow those are variables. Come over here, username. So here what is the text? That means username. Okay, now I believe you understood. So after this, what is the value we have to pass? Another value is password. So password is of type secure string, because like no, see, I don't want to reveal that password to the user, to any one of them who is working on that. So always empty field and simulated type. See, I told, right, there are two things. One is simulated type and click. So if it is there, we have used type into activity. That is the reason we got simulated type. Okay, and whenever we are entering the data into, I am making as empty and then simulate type. Give me a minute, I got. So another activity called, so type secure text. This is for entering the password values. Secure text is, come over here and drag and drop into it. So here I need to just indicate on screen. So now I need to indicate the password field. Okay, so now I will rename this text as enter password. So secure text. What is the secure text? It's a password. Same. Empty it and simulate type. And what is the next activity I need to perform? I need to see we have to do sequentially. Each and everything can be. So in order to log into that application, what we have to provide? So we have to provide the username and password and click on the login button. So for that I am using click. Just drag and drop into here, indicate on screen and click on login button. Okay, now click on login button. So what is that? Simulate click. Now click activity, right? So we got it. So and what is that? So we don't need to make any changes here. Okay. So now click on save as, save. So if you run it from here, so see, how do you pass the values? So we are not able to pass it, right? Because the values are available in main. So if when the values can retrieve and put it into the username and password, once we execute the get credential, then only we will get the values. So this is the way. So the difference between the variables and arguments, this is also one of the very important interview question. So variables, the values can be passed within the workflow. Entire the, see, this is one of the workflow. See, we can able to pass values. So these are the variable values, right? So you can pass the values entire here, whatever it may be. If you want to pass the values from one workflow to another workflow, because we are passing the values of username and password from main workflow to another workflow called login. So for that we will use arguments. That is the difference. Okay, arguments can be used for passing the values from one workflow to another workflow. Variables can be used for pass the values within the workflow. That is the difference. Okay, you should be you have to answer the same. That means when you are attending an interview. Now come to the main workflow, because I can run it, but the values are fetching from the main workflow. Even if I run also, there is no use, right? So come to the main workflow, and if you run it, it will execute the only the child workflow login. See, what is that? The values provided for the root activity arguments did not satisfy the root activities requirements. Dynamic activity, following keys from the input directory do not map to arguments. Must be removed username. Please note that code. So that means that, so whenever we are passing the values, so we have created arguments as well here. So that's what they are telling. Please remove this. Come to the main workflow and delete it. Now also same. What is it? The values provided for the root activities were no argument. Root activities argument. So what is that? Okay. Username, then it comes to the username, delete it, username and password. and invoke workflow. Under that invoke workflow, why these values are not available. Username, here username, password, here is a full string and password. The following is from the argument names are case sensitive. So however the values are there here also in the same, like no username, right? Here, okay. So here also will be the same, like no, the name of the variable should be same name. There should not be any difference. Username. So for best practice, however the values are coming, keep it the same. Do not make any changes. I did a mistake that username, and come to the arguments. So username and password. So here username, password. Uh, so how many arguments? Okay. Requirement secure string only. Here also. mm, password. So password and then username. Argument names are case sensitive. you have to go to properties of and declare the values and save it. Oh. New update made in the invoke workflow. Wait, what is this? This is one due to new update made in invoke workflow as of. Yes, of course, once we import the arguments on the clicking import arguments, it will import the arguments to be passed to it. Where is import arguments? Okay. So, arguments passed to it. So, click on import. It will import all the arguments when we mention the values to be passed or obtained from the once after the mentioning the variable name, save the work. Arguments property in invoke workflow activity. Yeah. Password. Okay, I don't want to waste your time as well. Okay, so let me work on this. So tomorrow we'll see this. Okay, meanwhile we will close this session. Okay, friends, we'll speak about this tomorrow. So we have to. Hello, are you getting?
Yes, no.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, friends. Okay, thank you. Bye. So why it is stop recording, stop sharing session.